Alright, what's up guys? This is going to be a video on how to install a Ford Performance timing kit on a 3-valve Mustang. It was pretty straightforward. It was my first time doing it. I tried to make the video as beginner as possible, just so that, you know, there were things I was confused on when watching other videos that kind of like didn't really make that much sense, so kind of clarified them. I torqued the cam bolts down and we are putting in the timing right now. So you start with the cam phasers, and obviously these are the exact same. It doesn't matter which one you choose. This is always the right side, this one is the left side, because you have to look at it from that perspective. And then you just kind of finger tighten the cam phaser bolts. Make sure that you oil them, because when you torque stuff down, you want it wet, you don't want it dry, because you'll get I don't want to say like bad readings, but it's not going to be accurate. So far it's literally extremely straightforward. There are little notches on the cam phasers, and there is a little slot on the cam to just literally slide it in. There's only one way it can go in. So yeah, pretty simple. I'm also going to explain the basics of top dead center like really quick, just in case this is your first time doing it. Cylinder number 1 is at the top of its compression stroke. That is top dead center. So it will be when the cylinder is the farthest up. I set it before I put the heads on, just because it would be easier that way. But another way that you can do it, if your heads are still on, is by putting like a screwdriver or just anything really down into here and have it kind of sticking out, and you rotate the crank, and once it hits its highest point up top, then you'll be at top dead center. Because where the spark plug goes in here, it's basically just straight down to the piston head. The next thing I'm doing is using this tool. It will hold the phasers, and you'll be able to torque down these 2 cam phaser bolts. So it just kind of attaches like this and holds onto the sprocket. You just use the timing cover bolts for it. It doesn't really matter, just anything to put it in place. But yeah, I would definitely use this. I'll put a link in the description. It's a specific part number, but it was like 20 bucks. And instead of like going in there and wedging something so the cam doesn't move and torquing it down, this is just a lot better. Okay, so you're gonna have to rotate this obviously to get it fit right, or get it to fit right, but you just kind of finger tighten these a little bit. So we're gonna torque this one down, and then we'll torque that one down, and we'll move on to the lower section. Okay, so to torque it down, grab your torque wrench. It's got to be in foot-pounds. You go 30 foot-pounds and then an extra 90 degrees after. Okay, you do that on both sides. I assume it's that way just so that you can kind of torque it down and then use a breaker bar, but honestly, you can do it just with this. All right, so there's 30, and then we're going to, oh god, okay, that's about 90. All right, so the right one goes in these 2 holes. All right, there's 30. We're going directly 90 degrees. There's 90. Oh, there's 90. All right, so you get this sprocket on. See that circle right here? That dot tells you where to put the dark pieces of the can on. And on this one, you will use the left. And on this one, you will use the right. You do this one first, then you end with the right one. I'm gonna oil up. I'm gonna oil up the chains. They probably don't need to be, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. Okay, also just wanted to say I just had to rotate this to make the L point upwards, just so it would be easier. And once you torque them down, it's actually super easy, so you can just use a wrench or whatever and turn them over. All right, so if you're at top dead center, it's actually super easy. You just pretty much put the L at the top and slide the chain on. I recommend I'd put the chain on this cam phaser first and then work your way down. Sorry, I can't really point because I got the other chain in my hand. Here. And it's pretty good. I'm gonna double check. Obviously, that is on there. Yeah, so as you can see, back one is on. Hope it focuses. Yeah, the back one's on. Now the front one is on. Really have to struggle to put that on. These are good, so now we can start doing the tensioners. Obviously we got right lined up and the left lined up. So here's one thing the other YouTube videos don't show you is that this is the guide, right? And this little thin part is where the thin screw goes, because you get a bag full of hardware. If you don't know what everything is for, then you might want some help. For this one, you use this bolt to go through here. Okay, it kind of makes sense because that one's, it's like sleeved almost, and then the threads are at the bottom. You don't need threads in the middle of here. And for this one, obviously this one goes here, and this one goes in here. So it ends up sitting like that. All right, we just got this side in as so, and we will start doing the right, left. All right, so once they're all in, I'll give you a close-up of how it should look. You got short bolt, long bolt, short bolt. So, actually, I'll give you a better angle for that too. All right, then when you tighten them down, it's 89 inch-pounds. Okay, so now we'll start on the guides. Now you'll see one has a little bit more of a ridge on it. This is gonna be your right side. Okay, it's gonna be your left, but you're right on the motor. So this one will be going in right there. And your tensioner is going to be right here. So you're going to want to make sure that this is all cleaned up, kind of like here, so that it sits nice. Okay, so when you take out the tensioners, you'll see R and L. So I'm gonna be taking the right side. They are these 4 long ones right here, since you have 2 per piece. Okay, so also before you do anything, make sure this chain is on the top of that before you try to put this in. The way that this is gonna work is that it pushes up against the chain this way. Now, yeah, you can move the cam. You just saw me do that with the chain. And yeah, it goes up with this little metal part facing upwards because it has to push up and provide tension. This one will obviously push down. It came with these. Honestly, I don't really think I need new ones and I don't want to take them out, so whatever. We're not going to use those, but we will use the new ones just because why not? They look nice. Okay, also, I just need to say this. These have tabs in them. Please do not pull them out until you've at least tightened them down on here, because if you don't, you'll have issues. I didn't. I'm just making sure, you know, you guys save yourself a headache, because that would be a total pain in the ass if these things were already popped out. Now, I saw in another video where if this is too tight to put these in and you don't want to like cross thread them or anything, you can turn the camshaft and then tighten them and turn a little more to relieve the tension and tighten them. This left side's going in, so shiny side to the motor. And well, I can't do this with one hand, but you get what I'm saying. Oh, I did actually will have to relieve a little bit of tension on this side just because it's not budging very much. Okay, so that was actually way easier than I thought. Just kind of moved it down like a tiny bit and this thing popped right into place. And I can hand tighten these all the way down. All right, so to tighten down the tensioners, you need a torque wrench set to 18 pound-feet. Well, foot-pounds, same thing. And a 10 millimeter for all 4 of these bolts. All right, there's that. Okay, so everything looks pretty good. We got proper tension on everything, and cams are looking good. All lined up. I pulled the tabs obviously, so it's too late if anything else happened. I gotta figure out what to do with this. I think it's the crankshaft position sensor, and I'm just gonna assume that it goes this way, but I'm gonna go and deep dive into some teardown video and make sure it goes that way. But anyways, also this that it comes with is a little gasket. It's metal with some rubber around it. This goes on your timing cover. Also, I just want to preface, this was my first time doing this. If I said anything wrong, just comment below and correct me. I guess if you made it this long, thanks for watching. Hopefully it helped you at least get an idea of what you need to do. There's probably better install videos out there, but I'm gonna try to keep this one kind of short and to the point, because I know like when you're doing it, you'd rather have like a 10-minute video instead of a 30 one, so you can click through and kind of get everything done. So